Welcome, friends of Ai4Autism. We continue with our series of interviews where we hear from the members of our community and listen to their stories. We have a lovely guest with us today. Diana is a team leader in a company living and working in London. And Diana is also the mother of a daughter, Maria, who is autistic. And today we'll be hearing Diana's story and we'll get a chance to learn from her experience. So please join me in welcoming Diana Tiriboi. Hi, Diana.
Hi, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. How's it going today?
Great. Great to be here and to help others maybe to understand better or to feel more comfortable with what autism means and to know that other people are in the same situation and they're not alone.
Fantastic. Well, that's exactly why we're here. We'll jump straight into the questions, Diana. Could you tell us
Perfect.
about your daughter and how old she was when she was diagnosed as autistic?
So my daughter was diagnosed when she was half 3. It was a difficult time for us, but we knew that something wasn't quite right because we tried to make first some sessions with speech and language therapist, and we were lucky enough to have a speech and language therapist that was professional and told us very honestly that she believes that is something more and we should go further with the investigation. So then we start to find out what we need to do, where we need to go, from who to take advice. And then we found a center in Kentish town, which was really helpful. And basically there, Maria received her diagnostic after assessments.
Wow. And Diana, would you like to tell us a little bit about those assessments, what they were like and how long they took?
Basically, we start the assessment somewhere in end of May, and we received the diagnostic in September, beginning of September. And it was meetings after meetings, some just with us, the parents, some, mostly of them with Maria, where we met with psychologists, with doctors, with speech and language therapists, with occupational therapists. It was a big team, and we had assessment with each of them so they can see exactly what is the stage of Maria, what she's able to do and what she's not able to do at that point. And then uh, a final report was done from all of them in August, and we received the diagnostic in September. And from there we received as well all the support, like what we have to do after that, where we can get help, where we can get support. Is a great team there. Is called Mosaic.
Fantastic. That's fantastic. And jumping a little bit back, when Maria was young, did you notice certain characteristics that might have indicated that she was autistic?
Well, not necessarily, because even when she had the assessment, they told us that she's quite atypical because she had a really good mimic of her face. Her eye contact was on and off, not really constant. Sometimes she was able to do stuff, but it was like only when she wanted to do. Sometimes you asked to do that stuff and she wasn't able to do it. So it was a bit difficult to understand. But the first indication for me as a parent, it was the fact that she didn't have eye contact and she wasn't speaking. Which later, when she was 2, according to development stages of a child, she should have been able to use like 80 words in usual daily routine, which she wasn't. She barely had like 10, 15 words. And that was the first thing. And then we started with speech and language therapist, which led us to the team that gave us the diagnostic.
I see. Well, after the team diagnosed and confirmed that she was autistic, how did you feel as a mother, and how did you change as a parent, as a person?
Uh, it was a difficult time. You know, it's the same thing. You can't believe it, or you don't want to believe it. Then after a while you accept it, and I think that's the key part, to accept the fact that is a problem and learn how to deal with it is the only way that you can give your best support for your child. If you keep denying it, that is an actual problem,
Yeah.
it's just worse for the child.
That's
So I believe that is the key part, admitting.
that is very true.
And as I was talking with other specialists at that time, they told us that this is quite a huge problem when parents don't want to accept that is a problem. And the only ones that they lose are the children.
Exactly.
And are many reasons, like shame is like the society which we live in, that somehow you feel shamed, you feel that you did something wrong, you feel that maybe keep it a secret. But we were lucky enough to be quite down to earth, both of us, me and my husband. And I think in 3 months we just start kicking it, like, where we go, what we do, let's get help.
Yeah. Yeah, I think accepting is really important. It's been fascinating. Some of the parents I've spoken to, or the one parent, they would say how their partner might still be in denial about it, and that can be troublesome. In fact, that leads me to the next question as well. How were your family and friends towards you and your daughter after discovering that Maria was autistic?
I'll be honest, we are lucky. We are lucky. Our close friends, they've been so supportive, and I think the most important part was the fact that they didn't feel sorry for us. It's like, because it's not really helping when you hear all the time, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, it's not helping. It's more helping when it's like, listen, it's my daughter's birthday. Can you take Maria and bring her to us to the party? She will be fine. Don't worry. I think that's the kind of attitude that is really helping, and that was helping for us. Maria was included in all the parties, in all the festivities, in all the going out. No one complained. They manage to educate their kids, to say like that, in a way that it's okay to be different, and you will accept Maria as she is. If you don't want to play, it's fine, but if she wants to play with you, it's okay just to listen to her or to try to play with her, because it's quite difficult for children as well when, for example, they wanted to play with Maria and Maria was ignoring them without answering back. Or it's strange, and it's difficult for parents as well to explain them, like, why is she not playing with me, or why she's turning her back on me, or stuff like that. But from this point of view, we were really lucky, and I think it was maybe brave from us as well, to don't get only inside, to don't be shy, to we always went out. We explained to everyone. If I went to a restaurant, I explained, listen, she's different, but I can keep her like under control and to don't make a tantrum, or I mean, I will do my best. So we traveled a lot as well. And I think because we did that in early stage, she's quite comfortable doing it now. And for her was really important because all the outdoors will calm her down, and we could see that she's really enjoying being outside. So I think it's important to go out there and to do the best for your child, as long as you respect others that are around you. Because it's important as well to don't take advantage. She has a disability, she can do whatever she wants. No, it's not like that. You need to put limits to your own child, because otherwise you will just grow up, I'm sorry to say, but monsters that don't have any limits. So it's quite important for them. Yeah, maybe you don't understand at this moment, but the routine of things, of the way that you are doing things, is really important. And at some point they understand that is a limit and you can't pass through that.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that, Deanna. In fact, we were going to come to that near the end, where I asked you if there's any message you'd like to share with other parents out there.
Okay.
And it's very interesting here what it's been like when it comes to her interaction with other children and other adults. Would you like to share some of the challenging things that you've faced or Maria has faced while she was growing up?
Uh, Challenging things. The most challenging for us, it was to make her aware of danger. Like when she was little, she didn't understand that she can't go in front of the swing because it might hit her, or she can't run into the street, and it's still work in progress. I mean, she's not fully aware of all the dangers, but at least now she knows to stop when I ask her to stop running or to stop walking or to don't jump from something that is high that she might get hurt. I think everything is like work in progress. You can never stop, because if you stop, you just stop them developing.
Yeah. So the danger aspect, but you say it's reduced as she's growing up, but work in progress. Would you mind to elaborate in some of these scenarios, more recent ones, where you might have to either restrain her, hold her, or something or another?
Well, now we are dealing with crossing the streets, which now is a work in progress, like prompting her all the time to check for the cars, that she never cross the street alone and she needs to hold our hands, and which now she's listening to it. But if we go in front of the street, we need to tell her. She's not aware to do that by herself, to stop. So that's the idea that, yeah, we still work on it. And if she gets overexcited about something when we are in the park, she's running around, even if I ask her to stop, she's not stopping because she's too excited. So you need to be really fit.
Yeah. I guess the work that a parent of an autistic child needs to do is never done. There's always something, bless.
Definitely.
Yeah, and with your experience as a parent to Maria, have you gone out there to raise awareness? I know you're here right now being interviewed by us. Have you had conversations? What have you done to raise awareness?
Well, each time when I was in a situation to be witness,
Yeah.
I try to help. I try to make others understand that it's not as easy as it seems, and it's not just a disability that you can, is that, and that's it.
Yeah.
No, you need to be aware and you need to be kind and more accepting. Like, for example, once I was in a bus with Maria coming back from school, and at some point a mother came in the bus with two boys. We were on the upper deck, and obviously one of the boys had a huge tantrum. And she was trying to keep him calm, but you are not always able to calm them down quickly. So one lady from the upper deck started shouting at her like, can you make him to stay quiet? It's stressing me out. And she continued like being quite rude. And someone from downstairs told her, listen, the child has special needs, so can you be more understanding? And she was like, well, I didn't know, but it's getting really frustrating. Then I told her, if you get frustrated and stressed out for one voice screaming, can you imagine how it's for him to hear like 20 voices in the same time in his head? Can you even imagine how it is for him? And then she was just, oh, I didn't know, I'm sorry. But the sad thing was that at the next stop, the mom came down of the bus and started shouting at her boy, you always embarrass me, I never can get out. And believe me, I just start crying. I was like, if you can't understand and support your own child, how you expect others to do it? I mean, first of all, when you have a child with a disability, any kind of disability, you need to be the one that is, you self-educate, so you know how to help your child and how to give the support that he needs. Obviously, you don't need to be rude with others or to take advantage of this, but you must think that your child is the most important. So yeah, in life you are put in different situation. And I had those situations like, you don't know how to educate your child. You are a bad mom. Your child is too spoiled. Or don't play with that girl. I had so many, but I can say that I became quite immune. I was just looking at Maria's best interest, and that's it.
Really powerful story you shared over there, and I can imagine that many parents will relate to that, that fear of judgment, the frustration, and everything that comes in at the same time. So thank you very much for sharing that with us, Diana. Does Maria, or does she have any sensory sensitivity issues?
Oh yeah. When she was younger, she was very sensitive to everything that means dirt. She didn't like to be wet, not even a drop. And loud noises like drill, ambulance, police car, fire trucks. She was really, but now the only thing that really bothers her is getting wet, but she's accepting, oh, I am wet, it's just a drop, I can manage and cope with it. And with loud noises, she's not really confident, like say, to cope with it, but she managed to kind of self-regulate herself, because we spend so much time taking her for long walks near the hospitals so she can get familiar with the noise of the ambulance, near fire stations, so everywhere, or even on busy roads like high street roads where it's usually traffic, and she was able to do that. And then with the drill, my husband, we just brought loads of wood inside the flat. We show her the drill, we show her the wood, we show her that, listen, this is the machine, we will put it on. So today we put it on 1 minute, tomorrow we put it 2 minutes. So step by step until she was actually wishing to try to make holes by herself. So now she's fine with the noise as well.
I think that's truly remarkable, both of you and your husband as parents of Maria, taking the initiative to find creative ways of making her familiar with such sounds in such environments. So well done to both of you. I can imagine the challenges that you might have faced when it comes to wetness, especially when it comes to cleansing, like washing hands or taking a bath. Has Maria been quite challenging when having to do those?
No, Maria, because she didn't like to be dirty. She was quite self-conscious about it. So all the time, if she gets dirty, she wanted to wash her hands. She is actually one of the children that loves water.
Yeah.
Contrasting. She loves water, play in the water,
Yeah.
but if it's not the activity,
Yeah.
she doesn't like to get wet. She got rid of her nappies when she was half two, or her bottle and dummy when she was 1 year and 4 months. So she was quite good with this. But again, another part of this, you need to be strong as a parent and to put limits.
Yeah.
So when I say no, her dad says no as well, and the other way around. She knows that she's not going to find an escape to the other one. And we were quite strong on the routine. The routine is always like very important, and you need to be consistent and perseverant with it. Because I believe otherwise you don't get results.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. And it sounds like both you and your husband are exactly on the same page in all things. And therefore there's no confusion for Maria when it comes to any mixed messages, anything at all. You're both saying the same thing, have the same standards which she has to comply with. Yeah, for her benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the subject of sensory sensitivity, you might be aware that we as a team, we're currently raising awareness so then we can build a tool to help people with sensory sensitivity issues and to help identify triggers. We're still a long way away from it, but we're gathering a lot of data. Would you say a tool like this would have helped Maria when she was growing up and other autistic children as well?
Yeah, definitely. And I believe that would be a huge help for parents as well, because if you have a tool like that, will help you as a parent to manage different situations, and I think will help the any children to learn faster and more in a more appropriate way how to self-regulate themselves, which is quite important, because if they are able to do that, from my point of view, they can achieve more.
That's wonderful. Well, Diana, I want to thank you for a fantastic interview. I do have one final question I'd like to ask you. Is there a message you'd like to send out to our audience, to all the parents out there about autism, what it's like to have a child on the spectrum and what they can do? Any message at all?
Yes, don't be ashamed. It's okay to be different. Self-educate yourself so you can support your child in the best way. Focus all the time on what your child is able to do and try to improve that. Never focus on what they are not able to do, because it's not the way to build their confidence. And don't forget to be woman, man, partner, or friend, because it's really important to have a bit of time for yourself as well. Don't be just mom and dad, because you need at least 10 minutes, if it's possible, 20 minutes a day just for you, because healthy and happy parents are resulting in happy, calm, and relaxed children that will be much more co-parent.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Diana, thank you so much for being part of this interview with us today. And to everyone at home watching this and listening to this, thank you all for your time. If you liked what you saw and you want to share your story, get in touch with us and let's put your voice out there to the world, just like Diana just did today. So thank you once again, Diana. I hope you had fun.
You're welcome.
Thank you all, and do support AI for Autism. Thank you and bye for now.
Bye.